Okay, quickly, just want to say this before I get into the content of the video. Big shout out to KOFan2579 for putting together this sensational picture about Roman Reigns being awesome. Just awesome stuff, KO fan. Also, just want to mention my other graphics guys, Aiden Wrestling, Elite HD, all three of these guys, they make my channel look phenomenal. So I'll link them all down below. They're all great, so yeah, go check them all out. Nonetheless, Roman Reigns is awesome. You've seen it in the title. The general sentiment is near enough irrefutable. Granted, there's always some select few who still hate on Roman Reigns and act as if the current Roman Reigns right now is the exact same performer and character as a few years ago when he was being shoved down our throats and no one wanted to see him outside of his hardcore fans. So Reigns in that regard has really changed as far as his perception, how he's looked at, how he's viewed, because quite frankly speaking, Roman Reigns near enough objectively is the biggest star in pro wrestling. When Roman Reigns is on TV, you need to see what Roman Reigns has to say, what he does, what his storyline, how his storyline progresses, who he's feuding with, because one of the things with Roman Reigns that makes him so awesome, and this is like my first reason as far as the video goes. For one, Roman Reigns is that great. He's that awesome, especially in this recent Tribal Chief heel run that he's been on the past 4.5 months. Roman Reigns is that awesome that anyone he works with is immediately elevated. We'll start off, Jey Uso. Jey Uso, for many years, was a random tag team guy. Granted, the Usos are a great tag team, not taking that away from them at all, but Jey Uso was a tag team guy who hardly anyone could differentiate from his brother Jimmy. Okay, that was Jey Uso. He was just a really good tag team guy. Now, because of how great Roman Reigns is, and alongside Jey Uso himself stepping up, because of that, Jey Uso is now a legitimate main event level talent. Granted, Jey Uso, due to the storyline, has been losing like every match he's been in for the past like 2 months. But nonetheless, Roman Reigns, particularly in September and October, and even now, but back in September and October, Jey Uso was literally having 5-star caliber main event of pay-per-view matches with Roman Reigns for the Universal title, with beautiful storytelling, phenomenally choreographed matches. Like those matches between Reigns and Jey Uso, Clash of Champions, Hell in a Cell, damn good matches those were. But yeah, Roman Reigns taken Jey Uso from a random tag team guy who you can't distinguish from his brother Jimmy to being a legitimate, credible main event talent on WWE's A show. Okay, it's not like this is some random show like Main Event or 205 Live, okay? Jey Uso is the main event talent in the storyline in WWE, okay? Jey Uso is a part of that, a part of the bloodline with Roman Reigns. Jey Uso is a part of that, and that's all owing to the greatness of Roman Reigns, the awesomeness of Roman Reigns, so to speak. So that's reason one. As far as like other people Reigns has worked with, I mean, look at Drew McIntyre. McIntyre, phenomenal talent, had, easily the most consistent 2020 of anyone in WWE and pro wrestling in general. Damn good wrestler. But when I see Drew McIntyre is hardly ever involved in segments, storylines that you really think, oh my god, Drew McIntyre cut a promo. Okay, I missed it. I'm going to rush to the WWE YouTube channel right now. Forget what I'm doing. Drew McIntyre cut a promo. What did Drew have to say? You never hear that. Okay, Drew McIntyre, as great as he is as a dominant babyface champion, as great as Drew McIntyre is, there is not that must-see aura to him. There's not that, oh my god, Drew McIntyre cut a promo on Sheamus, oh my god, I need to watch that right now. That doesn't exist for Drew McIntyre. But when Drew McIntyre feuded with Roman Reigns leading into Survivor Series, and they did those segments, and especially the contract signing, when that happened before Survivor Series, that was damn must-see television. Okay, that contract signing between Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns came out, sat down at the head of the table, and told Drew McIntyre, look, you're the right guy, you're in the right place, but it's the wrong time. You're number 2 because I'm number 1, Drew. Like, that whole thing was just damn good, so awesome. Roman Reigns proved in that moment, alongside many a moment in the past 4.5 months particularly, why he is awesome. Now, as much as you could say Reigns was awesome as a babyface, he was awesome sparingly, he had some awesome moments. A lot of it was just, it was corporately created, it was hard to really get behind, but this Roman Reigns, it feels organic, it feels like a worked shoot. It's something you can believe. This version of Roman Reigns knows he's the best wrestler in the world, knows he's the best sports entertainer in the world, knows he's the most must-see pro wrestler in the world, and is really, he's taken that into his character, and now everything revolves around him. And that's not a bad thing, especially when Roman Reigns draws in the ratings he does. Roman Reigns, on the Christmas Day episode of SmackDown, a pre-taped show that was taped, December 21st? Something like that. It was like a 3, 4, 5 day pre-tape. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, made that show in the opening match between Reigns and Owens. Roman Reigns, because of him, that match drew over 4 million viewers. Those are numbers that nowadays in WWE are obscene. Nowadays in WWE, anything above 2.3 million is insane. And Roman Reigns drew over 4 million viewers. Ratings back that up more than anything. And yes, there was an NFL lead-in, I'm fully aware. But nonetheless, that was, I don't know, if you open the show with Otis and Chad Gable versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, do you think those millions of viewers from the NFL game would stay tuned? Of course they wouldn't. That SmackDown number for Christmas Day would have been easily in the 2 millions. But because Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens had that amazing steel cage match to open SmackDown, and Roman Reigns' work got to be on display, his awesomeness got to be on display, as a result, that hour drew over 4 million viewers in ratings. So, quantitatively, numbers support that Roman Reigns is awesome, Consensus universally agrees that Roman Reigns is awesome. And speaking of Universal, let's talk about the Universal Championship. The Universal Championship before Roman Reigns was an absolute it was a joke. The Universal title, let's cast our minds back 6 months, shall we? Cast your mind back 6 months. Where was the Universal Championship 6 months ago? I'll let you think about that. Some of you might not even remember because it was that forgettable. I'll help you, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, the Universal Championship was being held by a man named Braun Strowman, who at the time I vehemently called Braun a white trash redneck hick. That's how much respect I had for the Universal Champion at the time. Braun Strowman, for about 5 to 6 weeks of that reign, was in a 1-on-2 handicap storyline where he was having slime dumped on him, or dumped on the person he was standing next to in an interview, had bottles exploding in his hand, he was getting all angry, he was shoulder charging Miz and Morrison at ringside. Miz and Morrison were in a white van, trying to ruin Braun Strowman's night. That was the Universal Champion, that was the Universal Championship before Roman Reigns. What I just recited to you, with Braun Strowman having slime dumped basically on him, bottles exploding, does that sound like the main event, must-see Universal World Championship of today? Or does it sound like some low-card, jobber, comedy act, goofball segment that Bruce Pritchard would throw together to try and get the 14, 6-year-olds who watch WWE nowadays to laugh at? That's the kind of thing, the Universal title was when Strowman was holding it. That's what it was. And now, it's this must-see, just cataclysmic wrestling world revolves around it championship. It's the Universal Championship, and it has respect. Because of Roman Reigns, that championship is no joke anymore. That championship is as legit as it comes. That championship is something that people really badly want to win. All because of Roman Reigns. So in this video, I covered the Universal Championship now feeling so much more important. The fact that because of how great and awesome Roman Reigns is, he's made Jey Uso, a meaningless tag team guy, into some legitimate main event wrestler, main event Jey. He's made the Drew McIntyre stuff, where Drew McIntyre was someone who his segments aren't must see. Roman Reigns made that contract signing about as must see and as great a segment as it could have possibly been. The stuff with Kevin Owens. Reigns taken Kevin Owens, someone who was basically floundering, and because of one, Kevin Owens and his great work, but two, how amazing Roman Reigns is, he's made that the most must-see thing in wrestling in the past few weeks. So, just in general, Roman Reigns, the work he's been doing in the last 4 and a bit months of 2020, and now, 2021, as of the first SmackDown of 2021, Roman Reigns is awesome. It's a statement that I feel like at this point, near enough irrefutable. This man is carrying WWE on his back. His back must be really aching. He really needs some Oh, what do you put? You know, like he needs some Nurofen to ease the pain on his back, or like whatever kind of tablets or whatever pain medication really sorts the back out. Because Reigns' back must be aching from carrying SmackDown so hard. Granted, Sasha Banks helps out as well, 100%, but Roman Reigns is the guy. Okay, Roman Reigns isn't just some A guy Universal Champion like Braun Strowman was. Roman Reigns is the guy in wrestling. So I'm going to basically call the video here. I could talk about the awesomeness of Roman Reigns for like another half an hour. I basically not stand the guy, but because of how great he is, I'm a big fan. That said, one thing I want to say, Roman Reigns, if I was in attendance for a WWE show, like say there was a crowd you could attend, if I was in attendance for a WWE show, I would boo the crap out of Roman Reigns. Because Roman Reigns is doing that damn good a job as a heel. Okay, when crowds are allowed back, don't cheer this guy. Don't be some smart aleck who goes, Reigns is a heel, I'm gonna cheer him. No. You're not funny, okay? People who are gonna do that when crowds come back, no one likes you. Joking, kidding, but no, seriously, don't ruin the show when crowds come back, because Roman Reigns is a heel, boo the crap out of him, cheer the babyface who's going against him, because quite literally, Reigns is that good that he makes the babyface he's going against, regardless of how predictable the match is, Reigns makes that babyface a sympathetic underdog who you want to see beat him. So, that's been the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, be sure to like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.